Okay. Are you ready?
Ready, yes.
Okay. Likutei Moharan, Torah Hey B'Chatzos. Okay. So after we already explained that a person should be happy with the very essence of doing the mitzvahs, that's a 3-pointer. Okay, man, a 2-pointer. His leg was stepping on the line. So after we already explained that it's befitting for a person, to be mesameach himself with the very doing of the mitzvah, to the point that he doesn't need any kind of schar, any kind of repayment in the world to come. And then when a person reaches this madrega, he'll be able to know if it's really, to have such awareness.
What's the word he uses?
Lifnei Gzaldin or not. Because he will become one with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, with the essence of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to the point that he'll be able to feel if there's tsar in the world, he'll be able to tell, if it's before Gzaldin or after Gzaldin, if it's before the verdict, after the verdict. So now the only, sorry? We are going to start Sif Gimel.
Okay, thank you.
So now we're going to explain, Be'ezrat Hashem, how a person can get himself to this madrega. He should be able to do the mitzvahs with such a simcha that only just the mitzvah itself, you don't need any payment for it. How do you get there? So this is what the Rebbe says here now. Where's the place of the simcha? It's in the heart. You have instilled, you have given simcha in my heart. Okay. So this is the place where the simcha is taking place, in the heart. And it's impossible for the heart to rejoice. The only way that the heart can feel the simcha is when the crookedness of the heart is being taken away, which is the bad midos, that's the taivus that twists a person's heart from the proper way. Shielo yashrus lev, she should have honesty of the heart, straightness of the heart, will be straight. V'az yizkel simcha, then he'll be zoichet to simcha. Kmo shekosov, as it is said, uli shrei lev simcha. Anybody has a straight heart, has a gleich, straight, clear heart, he was zoichet. Anybody whose heart is straight, he is zoichet to simcha. Because you have to understand, simcha permeates reality all the time. It says, Ois v'hodo b'im koimoy. Kadosh Baruch Hu is the simcha before Kadosh Baruch Hu all the time. But it's very much like electricity. If the wire is this not connected, which means it's not connected, no electricity comes through. The minute you connect the wire, as long as there's juice on the line, bam, it works. There's hot water, right?
Yeah,
You connect the wire, bam, there's hot water, no problem. The minute you clear the obstacles, you clear the crookedness, you clear the bam. But when a person's heart becomes crooked, there's all kind of cheshbonis, then the simple simcha v'kadosh baruch Hu becomes entangled and stifled, and it stagnates, and a person is going deeper and deeper into depression. But the minute that you take away the crookedness of the heart, which is the taivus and the bad midos, then you're zoichet to simcha immediately. And he says, "V'akmimius shebalev," and the crookedness. Okay, until you take away the crookedness of the heart. Nice. How do you do that? He says, "V'akmimius shebalev," and that twistedness of the heart, mafshitin alidei ramen. you are taken off, you straighten out the crookedness of the heart through thunder. כמו שאמרו חז"ל, as Chazal said in Maseches Broches, לא נבראו רעמים אלא לפשט הקמומית שבלב. The only reason why the thunder was created was in order to straighten out the crookedness of the heart. And it is said, Elokim asah shiru milfanav, Hashem made it so that people will fear Him. That through the voice of the thunder that frightens the person, a person is awakened to fear Hashem, and Mimele, the crookedness of his heart, is being straightened.
So you're saying the bracha of the thunder, right?
Yeah, but we have to understand that. We have to understand that the physical thunder, they had somebody showed me, they had online, a video that they shot of a dugout of a Major League Baseball team. Major League, like Yankees,
really
big. And there was a big thunder, boom, and you see everybody,
jump like girls,
everybody jumps. They're jumping like little girls. It's like what is happening? What is happening? What is actually going on? What flies out the window for a split second is this illusion of this fake world that you have around you. Here I am, I'm a baseball star. I reached the major leagues. I'm making millions of dollars. I have fans all over the world, and this and this and that. This is all in the what we call the suspension of disbelief. When you suspend the true reality that you're just a person who was born, who lives, and is going to die, and your life passes like as quick as the wind, and all this, you create a certain bubble in which, let's say that it matters how much money you have. Let's say that it matters if you're important or not. Let's say that it's important if you're a matzliach or not. Let's say that it's important that you are a go-getter and you accomplish things and you build and you build and you have a lot of money. Let's say that it matters. Once you say that it matters and you enter this world, this in itself is called that the heart is crooked. Heart is straight, is you and HaKadosh Baruch Hu, nothing else matters. That's straight. If you're doing what Hashem wants you to do, you have every reason to be as happy as anything. Because that's what Simcha is. Why? Because you fit reality. But the minute that you start living in this make-believe world, then you're saying, listen, you know something? If I cheat that person, I'm going to come out ahead. But the minute that you cheat that person, you can't let him know, right? So you're closing off. The minute you lie to somebody, you can't be open with them anymore, right? When a husband lies to his wife, or the other way around. Communication, open communication is over and done with. Why? Because there's certain parts you cannot communicate about. And not only this, but you have to put your mind all the time, are you revealing the true essence or not? Are you actually, are you showing more, are you being incautious in any way, shape, or form? And it starts twisting you even more, and twisting you even more. And then you start, getting angry because you're afraid that maybe you'll be found out. So the best way to make sure that you're not found out is to create, a rift. Don't come close to me, Bichlal. So because you're close to me, you'll find out whatever it is that I'm trying to hide from you. So you start an argument. B'kitzur, it comes twisted and twisted and twisted and twisted and twisted. Why? Because you gave in to a momentary taiva, a momentary vice, a momentary temptation. You gave into it. That's it. Now you can't The only way that you can get simcha is if you straighten out the heart, right? If you, let's say, to take this mashal between a man and his wife, a person has to come to his wife and says, listen, I'm really going to get it, but this is impossible to live that way. This and this is what happened. And I'm very sorry, it won't happen again, whatever it is, this is so and so. Open it up. From now on, suddenly, things are open. Why do people go to psychiatrists?
They can be open and nobody's
so they
gonna
can
know.
all be open, so they can let it go, so they can be honest.
That's what we do.
People think that when you cheat, you get ahead. You don't. You become miserable, you become twisted. A thunder is nothing more than a revelation of the truth. An overwhelming revelation of the truth. How small you are. How temporary everything is. That everything can be gone in a split second. That all this safe little world that you have created for yourself is totally false. It awakens you to the total mitzias. This is what thunders were created for. And it says, and what is said here, Ramim, what is Ramim? How do you produce what? You have to wait until the winter comes so you can hear some thunders. Many of the thunders are so far away, they're just all, not really, it's not really convincing thunder. So this is, no.
You stole my thunder.
He just stole my thunder, that somebody steal it, you never know. The Ramim, the thunder is the voice that the person lets out during his davening. That the person is to daven, he uses his koyach in order to daven loud. And this is the thing that creates thunders. And these thunders are the thunders that really straighten out the crookedness of the heart, as will be explained later. And how do we know that this is what is called Ramim, this is what's called thunders? It said in the Zohar, how our thunders come about. What makes thunders? When the sound, the voice comes from the Malachim and it hits the rain clouds. Because the Malachim, I'll tell you what, we're going to stop here because the next piece is very complex and we're liable to lose ourselves. We have to keep it, the salami system, slice by slice.